Whole CEO with Lisa G. I'm the best-selling author of The Boss Weight Loss. I'm bringing you the top tips to be unstoppable. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to actually pull up a chair with today's top experts in weight loss, mindset, and business. Learn our top tips to set you up for success so that you can have more energy, be fit and resilient, and feel unstoppable.
Today's guest is the new leader of the positive thinking movement with Jenny McCarthy, radio, TV actress, best-selling author, TV, radio host, counselor, master life coach, inspirational speaker, writer of Focus, Slay Your Goals, The Proven Guide to Huge Success, A Powerful Attitude and Profound Love, motivational expert for Fox TV's Morning, David Essel. I want to talk to you now more than ever about becoming unstoppable. So welcome, David.
Oh, Lisa, it's so great to be with you.
Thank you for coming. I'm really excited to talk to you about mindset because I feel like you're my go-to expert on mindset that must be followed by action if you really want to create an amazing life. So why don't we start first with that?
Yeah. There's so much that we talk about in regards to attitude, and people say, attitude is everything. And if you have a positive attitude, everything will work out great. And Lisa, it's not true. You can have the greatest attitude in the world, and it doesn't mean you're going to make money, find deep love, have a great body. It doesn't matter. It comes down to this. And when we released our book about 5 years ago, it was the first one that actually went number one. Positive thinking will never change your life, but this book will. We exposed the myth of positive thinking. We exposed the BS behind The Secret and the law of attraction and all that crap. And we said, wait a minute. I've been doing radio now for 30 years, interviewing all the people that you know very well, the Deepoks, the Wayne Dyers, the Susie Ormans, etc. And not one of them, Lisa, ever said to me that it was their affirmations that sold millions of books, or it was their vision board that brought them greatness. They all worked their butt off.
So action steps in addition to having a positive attitude is what's going to get you there.
Like we say, your attitude will account for 20% of massive success.
I love it.
That's it.
What
20%.
about the rest? It's hard work.
Yeah, man, you're right, Lisa. So yes, I spend the first hour of every day, and we write about this in my books, on affirmations, visualization, journaling, meditation, prayer, right? And then after that hour, it's like, let it go. Go do what you don't want to do. Go do the things that are hard. And that's where we find great success, Lisa. And if you were to interview, a bodybuilder, I was just thinking the other day of all the different bodybuilders I've interviewed and worked with over the years. If you were to say to Rich Gaspari, okay, Rich is a great guy. If you were to say to him, did you win those competitions with a vision board? He would laugh you right out of the gym. If you said to him, did your affirmations bring you that body? He would look at you like you're insane, right?
You're killing me over here. So you can't sit around on your ass like all day and meditate and expect like that good things are going to come to you. So that is the start, right? Having positive attitude is the beginning. And then it's the action.
Yeah, it'll really help. One of the things that I wanted to share with you and your audience today, and you know this already, but I wrote books for 20 years before we got any recognition. And when I say any recognition, meaning number one bestseller, that kind of stuff, the last 5 books have all gone number one, but my first 6 books, they didn't do much at all. But here's the thing, that never entered my mind as a reason to stop writing. I didn't go, oh, geez, I've been doing this for 20 years. I'm just going to quit writing. I said, no, I've been doing it for 20 years because I have passion for writing and I want to get these messages out. And the 21st year of writing, Lisa, is when the first book went number one. So when you talk about being unstoppable, which I love this topic, this is being unstoppable, is right. Going after a goal for 20 years and not getting any success, but you still go after it. That's being unstoppable. Colonel Sanders, Kentucky Fried Chicken, he didn't make much money until he was 60 8 years of
I
age.
love that story. I love that. And that's why I wanted to speak to you about being unstoppable in these uncertain times and just never giving up on your goal. So you set your intention, you do your visualizations, then you take your action. And I know, David, you were a serious alcoholic and cocaine addict for many years. How did you also overcome that?
Well, it wasn't my attitude. I can tell you that. Your attitude isn't enough to get you over. I was addicted to alcohol and cocaine, you're right, for over 25 years. And I'll tell you what, Lisa, here's something fascinating. In 1996, I interviewed Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, for those that are unfamiliar, was the founder of Transcendental Meditation. TM is by far, in my opinion, the most powerful form of meditation in the world. Now, other people will say other forms are, but our government, the US government, put millions of dollars in double-blind, placebo-controlled studies with transcendental meditation. And every study that they did, it came out on top with reducing high blood pressure, reducing what's called recidivism rate or return to prison rate. Like they did all these studies, and with every one, people who practice this form of meditation healed quicker than people on medication and all this other kind of stuff. 1996. I'm interviewing Maharishi. He selected our radio show as the only media outlet that year to celebrate the 40th anniversary.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
It was amazing. Thank you. And during a break, he says to me, David, you really love your affirmations and your positive thinking. I said, yeah. And he said, what's your favorite affirmation? And my favorite affirmation of that day that I had said for over 20 years was, I'd get up in the morning, clap my hands and say, I am David Essel, a child of God, happy, healthy, and sober today. And every night at 8:02, I started drinking. Now, I'll tell you something. When you have an affirmation for over 20 years that doesn't work, that should wake your butt up, right? Like
I've done that myself. I've definitely can relate to this topic, sadly. Yeah. Not on drinking, but plenty of other goals I haven't crushed yet, and I'm unstoppable because I'm not giving up on my goals. So was he the one that helped you with this habit change of transcendental meditation?
Well, what he did was I had been practicing transcendental meditation for 8 years before I even interviewed him. So I was well into the practice, but he said to me during the break, he goes, you're talking about affirmations and positive thinking. Tell me your favorite one. I told him the one I just shared with you. And he said, is it true? Is everything in that affirmation actually true today? And Lisa, I lied.
Yeah, that's okay.
And I
it's
said,
the nature of alcoholism and addiction, isn't it? Lying, because you're lying to yourself.
Food addiction, nicotine addiction, drug addiction, sex addiction, television addiction, political addiction, you name it. And so I lied and said, yes, it was. And he goes, okay, good. He goes, keep saying your affirmation. He said, but if you ever say an affirmation that is not the truth, just understand that it's a lie and you don't want to be lying to yourself. Well, long story short, that woke me up. It woke me up big time. And I realized I've been lying to myself for over 20 years. And that's when we made this switch. And I ended the interview with him and several other things happened. And that's when I woke up one day and I said, you know what? I've got it all wrong. It should be 80% doing work that you'd rather not do at first, 20% positive thinking, but I had it reversed. I said, oh no, if I just have the signs around the house that I'm a millionaire, if I just have the signs around the house that I'm sober, if I get up with my affirmations and my visualization and my vision board, and I say I'm sober, I must become sober. See, I was wrong, Lisa, because I was a teacher of the law of attraction. And I dropped it right after I interviewed Maharishi, and I realized it was a bunch of crap. Now, you can say that the law of attraction is factual if you want to be more successful, hang around with more successful people, but that's not going to guarantee your success. You can surround yourself with millionaires. You can have breakfast, lunch, and dinner with millionaires. It doesn't mean you're going to become a millionaire just because you're in their energy. That doesn't mean anything. Are you willing, and this is what it takes to be unstoppable, are you willing to do what 90% of other people want? Because that's the world of unstoppability. The 10% of people in this world that are maximizing their potential are doing what other people too lazy to do, procrastinating on doing, don't want to do, And so we sit back and we look for something that creates no work. And that's where the secret and the law of attraction rock, because they tell you, don't do any work. You know, there's no stories in there about people working their asses off to be successful. It's all they visualize money and checks come in the mail. Oh, come on, please, right?
I've been waiting. I just checked the mailbox. There was no check in the mail. Publishers Clearinghouse didn't bring me my grand prize winner check.
With the cake and the balloons and the candles, they haven't come yet?
I was looking for them. So it's attraction, positive mindset, action. And I know as a relationship counselor that you've admitted that you're a serious codependent in intimate relationships. So what did that look like, and how did you heal from that too?
Lisa, this is such a great, here I am as a counselor for 30, 40 years. I've been in this business for 40 years now. In 1997, a very good friend of mine, another counselor, called me up one day and she said, hey, would you be willing to exchange sessions with me? I've got some crap going down in my relationship and I need an outside opinion, and I'll do the same thing for you. And I said, awesome. So we worked together for a month. And at the end of the month, she said, David, this has been so much fun, but I need you to really listen to what I'm going to say next, because this is going to be hard to hear. And I couldn't imagine what she might say, Lisa. And she goes, I'm listening to your past relationships and I'm listening to everything that you do in love and dating and all that. And she said, I have to tell you, you are the most codependent man I have ever met.
Oh my God, the truth bombs that people are dropping on you.
It's left and right. And I said, what are you talking about? And I go, wait a minute. I've owned my own business this was 1997. So 17 years then, right? I opened my business in 1980, 1997, and I've been in business for 17 years. And she said, oh my gosh, she goes, look, all the women that you talk about, you're saving, you're rescuing, she goes, David, that's codependency. So Lisa, this is what I did. I looked at her and I said, okay, wise guy, how long is it going to take to heal this? And she said, well, it's a massive addiction. Now, this was before people really talked about codependency in the way that she educated me. Lisa, I worked with her for 52 straight weeks.
Oh my gosh.
I got the most incredible education on codependency. And at the end of that year, I made a decision that if I was going to work that hard, I'm not going back into codependent relationships, and I haven't. And yeah, bam, right?
Virtual high five on that one. Congratulations.
Amen.
I love how hard that you've worked on yourself so that you can be more whole, so that you can help others do the same.
Yeah.
And hold a mirror up to other people so that they can see the way your friend did for you and the way the Maharishi did for you.
That's right. That's right.
And I love how subtle that one person that he was compared to how, truth bomb that you and I are, like, over the head.
Right? It's true, Lisa. And I share these foibles, some people call them failures. I don't know what the correct word would be, but and here's another measure of success. When you can talk about like my addictions and my failure in love relationships, and you talk about, I talk about this without shame or guilt. I'm not embarrassed at all. It's just a part of my life, right? Now, it takes a while to get to that point, but I say to everyone, like, don't talk about your challenges until you've worked through them. And here's a great example.
I love that.
Yeah. Ben Affleck he had a major article in the New York Times 3 weeks ago. I actually reached out to Ben. We haven't heard from him yet, but I reached out and I offered to work with him. And the reason is this. He has been a serious alcoholic, which I'm not sharing anything that anyone else doesn't know. It's public knowledge. Blackout drunk. His last wife, Jennifer Garner, got him out of the house, and his children were upset with him and everything. But here's the thing: I think he's gone through 4 rehabs, and now he's been out of his last rehab for a year. In the book, or in the New York Times article, he talks about all this remorse he has over what he's done to his children and how he treated Jennifer and all this kind of stuff. And if you're healed, you have no remorse.
Right.
If you're healed, you have no shame. You have no guilt. And, that was the thing I wanted to work with Ben on. And if he ever contacts me, I would love to, is that, in the world of addiction, in any failure, don't talk about your failures until you've worked through them and there's no more emotional pull. Does that make sense?
Oh my God, that is so wonderful. I love all the sage sound bites you're dropping on our audience today. And is there anything as a final takeaway that you want to leave our audience with on how to be unstoppable no matter what? Pick yourself back up, get up,
Yeah,
put on
let's
your
talk
big
about a
girl
couple
panties.
things. Yeah, let's talk about a couple of things. So number one is that you've got to have an intention for the goal. What is it that you want to accomplish, right? Number two is that I think it's great to have a powerful affirmation that you say every morning and you let it sink in with emotion. All that is awesome. Number three, and this is a big one, hire an accountability partner. Harv Eker, a friend of mine that wrote the best-selling book, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, told me something years ago. And he said, you know what, David? If someone hasn't accomplished a major goal by themselves in a year or 2 years, it's time for them to hire someone to help them. And it's really true. So if you've been trying to lose a lot of weight for years and you haven't been able to, then hire Lisa. If you've been trying to get your money management together for years and you haven't, then hire an expert in finances. If you've been having struggles in your marriage or your relationship for 5, 10, 15 years and you can't figure it out on your own, when we can't do it on our own, we've got to reach out, just like I did in 1997. With the counselor for the year. I mean, it was amazing. If it was, I could never have healed my own codependency and intimate relationships. When I got sober, I went and got help. And so, I'm a walking example of you can know a lot to help others, but you might not be able to apply it to your own life. Right?
I love that. Thank you for bringing out that information is not transformation. If so, everyone would Google weight loss and they wouldn't make their New Year's resolution every year to lose the weight and live a healthy lifestyle. And where can people find you, Mr. Truth Bomb?
I love it, Lisa. TalkDavid.com, TALK David.com. And we've got a bunch of free stuff there, that you can go and join the Motivational Minute. 5 days a week, you get an inspirational video in your email box. There's other free stuff there too. So go to TalkDavid.com. You can look at all the courses we offer, all the counseling we offer, the books, etc. And I will look forward to hearing from you, because I know if you're in this program with Lisa, you're proactive in nature. You're not one to sit on your hands. So don't sit on your hands now. Get an accountability partner and rock this world.
Thank you, David. You're awesome.
You're welcome, Lisa.
Thanks for joining me at Whole CEO with Lisa G. This episode is brought to you by Bosse Wine. Bosse Wine is certified biodynamically farmed so that it's more organic, and it's one of my favorites, this bottle by Bosse and John Legend Sparkling French Rosé. Join me in my wine society. Click on the website below to get a 20% discount when you become a member.